Good afternoon. I am Kuan Yin, and this is I Have No Cut Cards Tarot with a very quick, not channeled message, just a regular message. I just did a video about people that have been nano chipped against their will. Some people well aware of it because they were aware when it happened, literally, and some people unaware, and how NBC actually just came out with a news story after I got the download and made a video about it. You can look at my video history if you'd like to view that. I just wanted to thank everyone that has emailed me so far about this, and I will be responding to emails over the weekend. We have a very long weekend, and I guess what this comes down to is damages. Some of you were tagged and maimed like some type of predator or something. Because they knew that you were intelligent enough to just start traveling without your car or traveling without your phone, which is some of the things that they used to use to track you in the past. So because of this, they literally had to tag you like you're some kind of a duck or some type of a whale, that they're doing extensive experiments with. You know how they tag animals and then track their movements. That's the reason why they were able to follow and track you the way they have. Okay. So this comes down to damages. I am going to be looking into the best way to approach this. I do have to do some background research to find out for anyone that's interested that legitimately has gone through this. And or if you know someone that is going through something like this, forward my video to them. And in addition to that, anyone that you think might be interested that's familiar with this type of thing. And also anyone that's interested in pursuing a lawsuit or coming together, to do a, what do we call it? When, the big lawsuit where everybody kind of files together. I can't think right now because I'm getting ready. I have some stuff I got to take care of. But, okay, so issue number one, I have to do some research into finding someone that has, the proper brain scanning equipment, the professional grade, but it's got to be someone that's not in cahoots with the government, wherein they're going to tell a lie. They're going to show you, they're going to tweak it, or, they're going to manipulate it to look like there's nothing there. It's in your imagination, this, that, and the other. That, I think, is going to be one of the biggest things and one of the biggest challenges to overcome is them, having a lot of doctors in their pocket that have access to, in hospitals, that type of equipment to locate it or whatever the case may be. The only way it would come about naturally is when they introduce that technology in the future in the airport and places like that. When you walk through and they scan you, of course they're going to pick up on it if it's in you anyway, which I believe they're holding back on because they can control hospitals, doctors, and people that own that equipment. But in the future, when you go to the airport and go to places and government entities and agencies that require, a scan to enter, they're no longer going to have control over that because they're going to pick up on it with their equipment. So that's going to be the first hurdle and challenge. I have to really look into that. And then the second one, when I say it comes down to damages, I'm thinking they're going to go one of two ways, okay? I'm thinking what they're going to do, if you don't have a huge criminal background, felonies, or anything like that, because I can see them trying to find their way, trying to find wiggle room. They're either going to offer to settle you with money, okay, and tell you you're no longer allowed to talk about it or bring it up or speak about it on a public platform or discuss, the details of your settlement with anyone. You can't talk about it anymore. And here's your settlement. Or they'll say you're going to go through a very long, drawn-out court case, which, could be drawn out for years, possibly, and you know how these people do. They'll draw a court case out until you're 80 years old, and then be like, okay, we're ready to give it to you. All your relatives going, nobody to protect you, and they'll just offer you. So, you all tell me what you all think is the best method or the best way to approach this. We all know what is right and what they should do, but I'm looking for something more realistic, based on the government, based on how wicked these people are, the control that they have. Okay, they don't have control over us, but you know how they do things. A realistic idea of the best way to approach this, because realistically they're going to give you a hard time either way. Okay, so like I said, the first challenge is going to be finding access to a doctor and equipment wherein they're not being controlled, by this government entity, and they're going to try to lie or do something to wherein it's hidden, or they're not, they tell you it's not there, okay? And the second thing is going to be, the second challenge is, is it a class action lawsuit, or settle, or accept settlement money, to not talk about it, but you get the money. At least you get the money immediately. Now we're being realistic. You get the money immediately, okay, not right away. I'm sorry, you get the money immediately and at least get to use it, in your lifetime, for whatever the settlement is, which it still has to be a lot of money. Or do you wait for a big court case, to get everything they're due, which would be billions of dollars, of course. Okay, so put in the comments what you all think. I will be responding to emails. I have to organize something, because God didn't give me that download before that NBC news story came out for no reason. Okay, I didn't even want to do the story because I was embarrassed. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. It's like, people already think my ass crazy, but I'm clear as shit. I'm dead on point. Ain't nothing crazy about me. I'm crazy about God, goddammit. But the point I'm trying to make is, we definitely have to band together and do something. I know about divine timing, and I know when God says it's time to move, it's time to move. And God told me to do that reading. I didn't want to do it because it's a lot of things I know, but I'm not going to say on here, because too much of the mass public will be like, oh, you're crazy, you should see a doctor, this, that, and the other. But then when it comes out on the news, that's the time that God wants you to move. So God told me to do that message right before NBC dropped it, because God has a sense of humor. And God said, y'all thought torturing my people and doing this stuff to my people all this time, because you thought you were greater than God, you tried to play God. But in actuality, I was waiting for y'all for the right moment when y'all were going to come out to the public like a martyr, like heroes to humanity, for creating this chip that heals the paralyzed and can raise the body temperature, that can heal hereditary diseases and do all these things. Right before your biggest moment, I'm going to get some of my tarot card readers to announce the dirt that your ass been doing behind the closet and expose it. And that's going to be the moment that y'all are going to have to pay up. So anyway, just that quick message. Y'all put in the comments. Continue to email me about that particular subject. And anyone, family member, whoever that has been going through something like this, we need to have a discussion about either a class action lawsuit or a settlement. One or the other, okay? And also about, how to go about locating a doctor that is not affiliated in the government and has access to the brain scan equipment, wherein you can get copies, of your scan and have evidence and proof, of that chip that's inside of you. Because they have not yet placed it in the airport wherein it'll pick up on it when you walk through, security or whatever the case may be. All right. All right. So enjoy your afternoon. I am QUAN, and this is I Have No Cut Cards Tarot.